My name is Jill and I'm a lot like you. I'm a lot like you. I can move my head and arms real well. A lot like you. I'm a lot like you. I can sing and talk with these. And I choose my words by what you say to me. I'm a lot like you. A lot like you. Hi, it's me, your friend Jill. But I guess you already know that. We're going to have a great time today. I just know it. Especially since there's so many fun things we can do together. Like we could try on each other's clothes. Or we could play games. Or we could think up some funny names for all your stuffed animals. Or we could make a delicious snack with my own secret recipe. Or we could plan a super fabulous birthday party. Even if it's not my birthday, it's always fun to dream. Or we could just talk about school and boys and animals. Because you know me, I love animals. And get to know each other better. I'm sure you have a bunch of good ideas too. So let's see. What should we do first? Because after all, we can't do everything at once. Why don't you choose? Do you want to play games? Make a snack? Or have a talk?
Make a snack.
I bet you heard my stomach growling. And I'm not even hungry. But you know me, I love to cook and bake things myself. Sometimes I even make up totally new recipes. Do you ever do that? Well, how about if we try my recipe for Jill's electric bananas? They're really good for you and totally delicious. Except, maybe you don't have any bananas in the house. Do you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Bananas. I can taste them already. I'm really proud of this recipe. I entered it in a contest at school and won 3rd prize. But you won't believe what the prize was. A 5-pound box of dried prunes. Yuck. Anyway, the ingredients for Jill's electric bananas are cornflakes, honey, cinnamon, and bananas, of course. I usually just slice the bananas into circles and then dip them in a little bit of honey. Then I sprinkle them with cinnamon and roll them in cornflakes, which are all crushed up in a bowl. That's all there is to it. You know, one reason I call them Jill's electric bananas is because the cinnamon gives them a sort of electric-y taste. But the other reason is because it goes with a song I wrote called the Jillectric. If you know it, you can sing along. When your battery's in need of a charge, you want to shine like a rock and roll star. Clear the static with a musical trance. Turn it on with this dynamite dance. Do the Jillectric. Wave your arms and shake your head to the beat. Do the Jillectric. That's the way to generate a whole lot of heat. Switch on and dance and treat. Do the Jillectric. When you need a super energy boost, boogie with me and let your feet run loose. Blow your circuits in a dazzling flash. Make your move with this bionic bash. Do the Jillectric. Wave your arms and shake your head to the beat. Do the Jillectric. That's the way to generate a whole lot of heat. Switch on and dance and treat electrified. Do the Jillectric. Wave your arms and shake your head to the beat. Do the Jillectric. That's the way to generate a whole lot of heat. Switch on and dance and treat. Do the Jillectric. Do the Jillectric. Wow, that was so much fun. You know, someday I think we should write a song together. A song about us being friends. Okay? And maybe we could even start a rock group. Hey, speaking of rock groups, did I ever tell you that my cousin Mike has a band? They're called the Social Street, and they're really pretty good. They're even starting to get jobs playing at dances. Sometimes I hang out at the garage where they rehearse, and once in a while, Mike even lets me sing with them. You know, just for fun. Isn't that great? Hey, that reminds me. I was reading a magazine the other day, and there was this quiz that said, Do you have star quality? I guess it meant that some people were just born to be movie stars, and some people have to work harder at it. So since I really want to be a star someday, I took the quiz. But I won't tell you my score until you take the quiz too. Pretty sneaky, huh? I remember most of the quiz, so I'll just ask you the questions, and you can tell me your answers. Or if you're not in the mood for the quiz, maybe you'd like to hear my favorite new song. And I know, we could do a fashion show while I'm singing it. 'Cause you know me, I love to change my clothes about a zillion times a day. Either one sounds great to me, so you decide. Should we do the quiz or the fashion show?
Fashion show.
Let's do a fashion show. You decide what to wear, and I'll sing my new song. And you can model, okay? Hey, before we start, do you have any jewelry I could borrow? If you let me borrow something, I promise I'll let you borrow my things anytime you want. Yes or no?
Yes.
Gee, thanks. You are so nice. Well, I'm ready when you are. Just tell me when you're ready to model by saying, "Go, Jill."
Go, Jill.
Ready? Great. You know, this is our special song. So if you know the words, sing along. You and me, that's all that we need to make a good time better. My heart shines just like a rainbow whenever we're together. Come along, we'll sing our song each and every day. With a new best friend like you, I'm not afraid to say, together, we can make it happen. Forever, side by side with you. Yeah. Whoa. Learning to share, taking time to care, till our dream becomes a dream come true. Together, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. Life is like a merry-go-round and a rock and roller coaster. Every day's a fantasy dream like a teen magazine poster. Come along, we'll sing our song each and every day. With a new best friend like you, I'm not afraid to say, together, we can make it happen. Forever, side by side with you. Yeah. Whoa. Learning to share, taking time to care, till our dream becomes a dream come true. Together, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. That was fabulous. And you know what? We're getting so good at that song, we could go on tour if we had the right name for our group. Sometimes I love to just sit around and make up names for rock groups. Sometimes I even think of different stage names for myself. I mean, I love the name Jill, but I might need a more dramatic name if I'm going to be a movie star. Maybe someday you can help me think of one. What should we do now? I know. I haven't written to my pen pal in a long time, and I wanted to tell her all about my new best friend, you. Maybe we could do that. Or would you rather have your fortune told? After all, Madam Jill hasn't been heard from in a very, very long time. Perhaps you would like to look into the future. I can't decide which would be more fun, so you choose. Should we go with Madam Jill or my pen pal?
Pen pal.
Wait till you hear about my pen pal. Her name is Jillian, spelled with a G at the beginning, and she's from England. Isn't that neat? Her friends call her Jill, just like me. I've never met her in person, of course, but I've been writing to her for about 4 months. She seems really nice, only her life is a lot different from yours and mine. She goes to a boarding school, so she has to live away from her home. Anyway, she wrote to me once and asked me what my favorite American holidays were, because she was doing a report on holidays around the world for school. Well, you know me. I absolutely adore costumes. So naturally, Halloween is my very favorite. So I wrote to Jillian and told her all about Halloween. Can you believe they don't have Halloween in England? Anyway, I told her all about how I usually make my own costume. And then I go out trick-or-treating for a while. And then I come home and change into another costume and go out again. It's more fun that way. The only thing I didn't tell Jillian about is the one time about 3 years ago when I was trick-or-treating with my cousin Connie. It's sort of a spooky story, so if you don't want to hear it, just say no thanks. Don't worry, it's not too scary. Well, it all happened the Halloween I was visiting my cousin Connie. She's exactly my age. We were supposed to go trick-or-treating with her big brother Ben. He's 2 years older. Connie was wearing a ballerina costume, and I was dressed as a beautiful royal princess. We were all set to go out, when suddenly a man with no head came running into the room. For a minute I freaked out, but it was just Ben wearing his headless man costume. Don't forget to go to the Mackenzie house, Ben said. Now the Mackenzie house is a dark old house, and nobody has lived in it for years. Everyone says it's haunted, and on Halloween ghosts from all over gather there and have a wild party until midnight. Ben said this year he was going to spy on them, and he dared us to come along. We didn't really want to, but there's no way we'd ever admit that to Ben. What's the matter? Are you scared? Ben said. He was just daring us to say yes. We're not scared of anything, I said. In fact, to prove it, we'll go there first. You know me, always opening my big mouth. When Connie and I got to the Mackenzie house, it looked spookier than ever. So we took a deep breath, held hands, and walked slowly up the wooden steps to the front porch. Think positively, I whispered to her. She whispered back that she was thinking positively, and she was positive that we should get out of there while we were still alive. The wooden porch creaked when we stepped on it, and I could hear noises coming from inside the house. Ooh, a ghost, said Connie. Ooh, they were louder than before. Don't worry, I told Connie. It sounds just like my dad when he starts exercising. You know me, always trying to make a joke. I reached out to knock on the door. Ooh, it was louder than ever. Our hearts were pounding. Connie wanted to run, but then suddenly, I knew what it was. That's not a ghost, I said. I bet it's just Ben in there trying to scare us. He's sure doing a good job, said Connie. Woo, answered the voice from inside the house. Nice try, Ben, I said. But you can't fool us and you don't scare us. And then I started laughing. But then we heard a voice behind us. Hey, you guys, what's so funny? Connie and I turned around and there was Ben standing on the porch. Woo! Cried the voice inside the house. Run for your lives, we shouted, and we didn't stop running until we got all the way back home. But are you ready for the really weird part of the story? When I looked in my trick-or-treat bag, guess what I found? A cookie in the shape of a ghost. And we never, ever figured out how it got there. Pretty strange, huh? I just love weird stories like that. Don't you? What a day! This has been so much fun! And the best part is, it never has to end, because we're going to be best friends forever! Remember, you and me, that's all that we need to make a good time better. My heart shines just like a rainbow whenever we're together. Come along, we'll sing our song each and every day. With a new best friend like you, I'm not afraid to say, together, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. Thanks again for spending time with me. I've got to cool out now for a few minutes while my tape rewinds, and then we can be together again. Bye for now.